Next on First at 4, people are mourning a hero who served his community for more than 40 years. And the last original member of Billie Jean Osborne's Kentucky Opry steps away from the microphone.
And we have a beautiful start to the work week with temperatures right now in the 70s and 80s. But will this last for a good while? I'll have the answer in a few minutes.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
This morning, the Rowan County Sheriff's Office took to Facebook asking the public to help identify 3 potential burglary suspects. Quickly, they say they got answers and even have the ID of at least one of the 3 suspects now. Jessica Umbro spoke with the Rowan County Sheriff's Department about how they've used technology and the public to fill in the blanks.
Home surveillance cameras can bring a peace of mind to homeowners that their property is safe. But what about when it isn't? Well, the Rowan County Sheriff's Office says that these home surveillance cameras are helping in solving crime.
But I know we wouldn't be as far along as we are now without this video footage.
Sheriff Matt Sparks of Rowan County says there are 3 people in this surveillance video, time-stamped just after midnight on July 13th of this year. The burglary happened at a home on Rice Road.
We've actually had several calls since the video went up on Facebook, and all the callers identified the one person, gave the same name for the one person.
Sheriff Sparks says in a smaller knit community like Rowan County, advancements every year in surveillance cameras that provide a much clearer picture of a potential suspect can jog people's memories more than the pixelated images of the past.
If it's a local, or if it's a person who maybe resides here, or at least spend some time here, that chances are someone's going to recognize that person in our county.
But like any technological advancement, there is a reluctance to rely on it for everything.
Once we've identified him, we could probably obtain a warrant and just arrest him. Normally we like to do a little more investigation other than just have that.
Sheriff Sparks says that he encourages everyone in his community and beyond to get one of these cameras if they are able to, because he says you never know when your home could be the target of thieves. In Rowan County, Jessica Umbro, WKYT.
While the Rowan County Sheriff's Office says they have an ID for one of the suspects, they are calling on anyone with information about any of the 3 suspects to relay that information to law enforcement. Investigators have not said what was stolen from the home.
Wow, what a beautiful weekend and a beautiful start to the work week. Right now we have temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s. We're at 79 in Hazard, 78 in Jackson. London's checking in with 79. Same story in Williamsburg. Somerset, Jonesville is at 82 degrees. Same story in Jacksboro. All is quiet on Live Pinpoint Doppler radar. This will get a break as we go into tomorrow and Wednesday. It's when we get into Thursday that rain chances will start to pick up. If you are grilling this evening, take a look at your grill cast. There you go, 81 degrees for the next few hours. We'll hover in the upper 70s, low 80s with partly cloudy skies by the 8 o'clock time frame. Again, a beautiful evening to fire up the grill and grill some burgers and dogs. Again, beautiful nonetheless. When you wake up in the morning, we'll see temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, low 60s towards Jackson as well as Prestonsburg, 55 in Grundy, 55 in Wise, Jonesville going to 59 degrees, 62 in Jacksboro. We'll talk more about the rain chances coming up in the First Alert forecast in a few minutes. Steve.
Eric, thanks. The Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team ventured out of the woods and onto the water for a day of training and team building. On Sunday, they were on Cave Run Lake, where they trained on boat operations, safety measures, and practiced using their side scan sonar. The dive team also conducted search and recovery exercises off the shoreline to depths of 30 feet. People are mourning the loss of a retired fire chief. Charlie Bell served as chief for the Vico Sassafras Volunteer Fire and Rescue for 40 years, 50 years total at the department. He died on Saturday. Firefighter Sandra Wooten says she worked alongside Bell for several years and says Bell was always there for members of the department.
Charlie was an easy person to work with. He never lost his temper, and he had the patience of Job. He was always good to us, and we enjoyed him, and he was always there to laugh with us and to cry with us.
Wooten says as chief, Bell made sure to stand by their side to help the community. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll take a look at the impact Bell had on the department and the community as a whole. The last remaining member of the original Billie Jean Osborne Kentucky Opry is stepping away from his microphone. Tony Whited had been working with the Kentucky Opry since its inception, using his talents on the stage to bring in funding and support education at the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg. This weekend, he took his final bow with the Opry crew, saying he is entering a new chapter in his life, looking back on the decades of work since joining the group 34 years ago.
I was one of the original members asked to perform around that time, and we played throughout the community. We did a lot of political things. We did a lot of community things. Our main goal then was to try to get the Mountain Arts Center built.
Whited says he is excited to see how the center and the evolving Opry crew continue to serve the community. We will have more about that coming up at 6. But next here on First at 4, if you love all things seafood, inflation may begin impacting one fan favorite.
And in the world of weather, sunshine will continue for a few more days. The temperatures go back to somewhat above normal, but thunderstorm chances, they ramp up again. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Stay with us.
Visit